Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday, May 7th, 2024 workshop meeting of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Can everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Yanni for the superintendent's report.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. First of all, I want to invite all of you and your family and friends to our ribbon cutting ceremony that we will have on May 10th in front of the high school, so the community can see all the work that we have been doing, and we'll have an opportunity to tour the building. So May 10th, which is this Friday at 5 p.m. So hopefully you'll be there. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week. And I would like to take this opportunity to personally thank all my teachers for all that they do every day to make sure our students receive the best education. So to all the teachers, someone once said, the mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires. And you, our teachers, are truly great. You inspire not just with your knowledge, but with your passion, your dedication, and your unwavering belief in every day that you have for our students. Thank you for all that you do. Enjoy the recognition that you truly deserve. And on behalf of myself, the entire administrative team, and the Board of Education, we want to congratulate and thank you for all the work that you do. Tonight is a special night in the lives of some teachers. You're shaping a young generation every day, and we recognize the amazing work that you do. I visited all your classroom, and as I stated in the past, I am impressed by how every day you are truly empowering all our students to achieve excellence. We are forever grateful for the role models that you are and for inspiring our children. Wish all of you many years of success here at Oyster Bay, East Norwich. At this point, I'd like to say a few words about each one of you. So when I call your name, well, if you can come up, stand next to me so we can brag a little bit about you, and then have a picture all together and congratulate you for this impressive accomplishment. So Dr. Mitchell, Pamela Mitchell. Yeah. Dr. Mitchell she's a school psychologist at Oyster Bay High School. Dr. Mitchell continually provides outstanding service to our students and their families of the Oyster Bay East Norwich community. She's very well versed in our field and is able to chair both CSC and CPAC meetings. She creates a supporting environment for the parents and the students of Oyster Bay. Dr. Mitchell participates annually in the Kindergarten Tea, which is a presentation that we have for the preschool children who receive special education. And I attend those meetings, and she makes those meetings very, very comfortable for the students and the parents coming in, the parents most of the time. Dr. Mitchell, we thank you for your dedication, your support, and we wish many years of success. Congratulations. Jacqueline Algier, Vernon, Special Education. Miss Algier is a Vernon special education teacher. She's positive, warm, caring, highly organized, and structured. And it creates a. You got some fans up there. I got distracted for a second. And a structural role model for our students. She has developed learning centers within our classroom which address individual needs as well as group instruction, enhancing academic and emotional success. She views each student as an individual learner and encourages them to become confident, curious learners and provides them with the tools they need to succeed. Ms. Algier classroom provides and encourages students to take risks and seek assistance to work on challenges they encounter throughout their learning process. She monitors our students with regard to emotional needs and provides supports for those who may have difficult days. We are very fortunate to have you on our special education team. We wish you many years of success. Congratulations. Lisa Marie McDougall. Ms. McDougall is a dedicated professional focused on students' learning growth. She has created a welcoming environment for our students where they feel safe to ask questions and take educational risks, making the class interesting and engaging. I've been in a class, it's really fun. I never took science, but she encourages our students to engage in discussion regarding their assignments and provide feedback so they can truly understand as they explore the content of life and physical science. This fosters an environment where students have a sense of ownership of their learning. Ms. McDougall is a passionate, reflective, and collaborative student-centered professional who enriches our teaching and learning community. Ms. McDougall, we thank you for your dedication and we wish you many years of success here in Oyster Bay. Thank you. Maria Zambuto, science at the high school. Ms. Zambuto is a dedicated teacher focused on student learning and growth. She empowers our students to take ownership of their learning by making decisions and collaborating with peers. She also incorporates this concept into our own teaching by being a reflective educator who values feedback to improve our own teaching and learning. Ms. Zambuto is a co-advisor of the high school robotics team's BayBots, who earned a second place at the regional competition. Congratulations, great job. She's also an assistant coach for our middle school level track and field team. She's a dedicated professional who seeks out new instructional strategies and support to support all our students. She is a true learner. She's finishing up a PhD at Stony Brook, which I'm very proud of you. I know it's a lot of work. We wish you many, many years of success, and we congratulate you on this accomplishment. Thank you. Megan Gagliotto. Ms. Gagliotto is an outstanding educator whose lessons are student-centered, based on respect and collaboration. She encourages and values the growth mindset approach where effort and setting goals is prioritized and making mistakes is part of the learning process. She sets high expectations for herself and our students, modeling the kind of behavior and work ethic that inspire excellence. Ms. Gagliotto is also our advisor for Agape, our high school literacy arts magazine, and advisor of the Harbor Voice, which always put up a great product. Ms. Gagliotto, we are very grateful for the work that you do every single day, and we're looking forward for many years of success here in Oyster Bay. Congratulations. Ms. Gagliardo is an English teacher at the high school. Patricia Ann McCaffrey. Ms. McCaffrey she's a reading teacher at Vernon, and I have it highlighted too on top, and I keep missing. Ms. McCaffrey creates a nurturing and supporting and learning environment where students feel safe and excited about the learning. She provides positive reinforcement throughout each lesson, creating a classroom environment where students feel comfortable to take risks and ask for help when confronted with challenges. Ms. McCaffrey developed a reading teacher unit in which students adapt a book into a script. This initiative has had remarkable results outside from being enjoyed by all. She's always willing to work and share team strategies with her colleagues. Patricia is a true educator, always willing to participate in extracurricular events to support our students, which is wonderful. We know you are going to do great things for our children. We wish you many years of success here in Oyster Bay. Congratulations. Richard Geiger. Mr. Geiger is a physical education teacher at the high school. Mr. Geiger is a highly respected, engaging, and approachable physical education teacher here at Oyster Bay. He's firm yet supportive, instilling confidence and fostering a sense of safety and enjoyment in all his classes. He's constantly seeking out new methods to motivate and support students' performances. Mr. Geiger is always collaborating with colleagues, integrating his lessons with other subjects, making the class truly fun and engaging. I love when he does the work with the physics class. I always thought that math and phys ed work together. He does a great job. Keep up that. Ms. Geiger is always willing to support and participate in school-wide events, going above and beyond his teaching duties. He's reflective, and he's who values feedback to improve his own teaching and learning. He's also very passionate and respected by all our student athletes. Mr. Geiger, we wish you many years of success here in Oyster Bay. It's a pleasure to have you. Congratulations. Lindsay Oliva. Ms. Oliva is a fifth grade teacher at Vernon. She is a caring teacher whose classroom is filled with positive, inspirational, and motivational quotes and posters, which reinforce a positive approach to learning. I love to be in our classroom. It feels like I'm in a nice living room, comfortable. In our teaching strategies, she initiates learning with activities that are challenging and fun, creating an environment of full class participation. Our sensitivity and understanding of the social and emotional needs of our students allow her to address each student accordingly, keep our students actively engaged during instruction. Ms. Oliva plays an active role in our school activities. She participates in the environmental club, newspaper club, leader club, and part of our Vernon school. She supports our school by serving on several committees, including site-based technology advisor, as well as ruler curriculum. I don't know if you ever go home, but we wish you much success for all the years to come, and it's a pleasure to have you as part of our team. Congratulations. Diane Yen. Ayan is an English teacher at the high school. Ms. Yan is a great educator, calm and nurturing, and when you enter a classroom, you get the feeling of collaboration, respect, and passion for learning. She uses technology to enhance and lift students' learning and believes in our students' ability and encourages their independence. Ms. Yan goes above and behind in everything she does. She's a positive professional and a true team player. She makes herself available and approachable to our students and parents. Ms. Yan is an active member of our school community and enjoys attending our students' activity to support them so they can see a different side of the students, and we're very happy to see that. I want to congratulate you on the great work and wish you many years of success here in Oyster Bay. Congratulations. So we're going to have the principals come up and board president, but I also want to take this time to congratulate all the families. I know that they take a lot of time away from their family, friends, and everything to prepare. So this is a collaborative effort. So a big applause to you too. At this point, it gives me great pleasure to invite to the podium Ms. Jacqueline Gibbons to give the board an update on the technology. Ms. Gibbons?
Good evening. Big crowd. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Yanni, Ms. Rayner, the entire administrative team, and of course, the Board of Education for your continued support in all of the programs that we do in the Computer Science and Technology Department, which you're going to hear about tonight. In this technology update, I'm going to go through the following topics. So we'll start with some of the more boring stuff and get to the more exciting stuff at the end. For network upgrades, this past year we've installed new switches at the Theodore Roosevelt Elementary School that are not only more efficient, but include additional network access controls that help to increase our network security. We completed a closet installation in the high school that included a relocation excuse me, and cleanup of the network closet on the second floor, as well as a relocation of the high school computer lab, all part of the collab and broadcasting studio installation that took place this past year. This summer, we will be installing new wireless network access controls throughout the entire district to help bring our Wi-Fi up to industry standard, as well as allow for guests and families to safely join our network. We are working closely with the team on all of the 21st Century Capital Bond projects to ensure that all spaces are equipped with the latest technology, including the installation of new network closets in both Theodore Roosevelt and Vernon to accommodate the new extensions. In cybersecurity, after reviewing our findings from our NIST gap analysis that was conducted last year, we've been working internally as well as with the Stetson team to create a multi-year schedule and timeline for continuing to keep the district at industry standard within the NIST framework. We've deployed BitLocker encryption on all district Microsoft devices, And along with virtual trainings, we've provided additional in-person cybersecurity trainings for all of our teachers. We've added 2 firewalls at Vernon and Roosevelt, and we continue to conduct regular phishing tests on all staff members, which I know they love. Looking forward, we will be working with the BOCES Cybersecurity Services to integrate Microsoft Sentinel into our cybersecurity program to provide both human and AI cybersecurity monitoring services moving forward. In devices, this summer we will continue to renew our one-to-one devices for all students and staff in the district, with iPads at Roosevelt, new Chromebooks for our 3rd graders at Vernon, and for our 8th graders at the high school, as well as continuing to replace and update interactive boards throughout the district. This year, we also installed new state-of-the-art devices in our broadcasting studio, which included 5 brand new purple iMac devices for student editing. This summer, I am excited to announce that the district will be partnering with Security to offer families Chromebook insurance policies that they can purchase for their children. Families will be able to have peace of mind that their child's Chromebook will be insured against all physical damage, hardware malfunction, and including loss and theft. So please, families should be on the lookout for more communication on how to sign up for the insurance this summer. In computer science and technology, we continue to focus on helping our students develop their 21st century skills to become true problem solvers and futuristic thinkers. We are always proud of our students continuing to prove time and time again that they are not only consumers of technology, but creators and developers of technology. Our K-12 computer science program is fully aligned to the New York State Computer Science and Digital Fluency Standards, and we focus on these 4 categories throughout all of our instruction. Digital literacy, the ability to use and understand technology and be able to navigate the digital world effectively. Digital citizenship, the responsible, safe, and appropriate use of technology. Coding, the designing and writing of computer programs and instructions. Robotics and engineering, the design, construction, and operation of robots. In our elementary schools, we are unique in that we offer computer science for our students beginning all the way in kindergarten. Our students are exposed to digital literacy, digital citizenship, coding, and robotics and engineering through our elementary and secondary years. With Ms. Diorio at Roosevelt and Mr. Harrison at Vernon, our students are getting the hands-on experience of working with computer science and technology. Our kindergartners are exploring digital literacy by analyzing data, searching for images, creating digital posts in Seesaw, all for families to see about their favorite pets, cats versus dogs. In 5th grade, our students examine the similarities and differences between their online selves and their real selves. After seeing how similar both can be, they then learn strategies for handling different situations when they are online. That may include chatting with online friends, it may include cyberbullying, personal information, and finding themselves in difficult situations and how they can best respond and react. Our 3rd grade students are introduced to the basics of JavaScript through a block-based programming language called Blockly. Students are challenged to complete tasks related to different coding concepts such as sequencing, loops, events, and conditionals. The 2nd grade students had a blast measuring for their relay races and designing programs to run their Dash robots. The robots needed to travel a certain distance and score points by knocking down balls on top of cones. It was so fun to watch the students with this challenge troubleshoot their code, reprogram their robots to score the most points. With the addition of a new Chromebook cart at Roosevelt, we're helping our 2nd graders better prepare for the transition to Vernon. The students are excited to get to use the Chromebooks and get used to typing and learning that new skill. In the high school, students have the opportunity to dive deeper into computer science and digital literacy with Ms. Malharjan by taking advanced placement computer science courses. This year, students are studying AP Computer Science Principles, where they're learning the intricacies of network security, cybersecurity, programming, algorithms, and big data. While learning these topics like cybersecurity, networks, and data, our AP students tested and analyzed their password strength by using a password meter. They then created their own apps that automatically generated stronger passwords based on user inputs. These students will be taking the AP Computer Science Principles exam next week, and we wish them the absolute best of luck. The high school video game design students are learning to program different apps and games using the Python programming language. Students had an opportunity to simulate their favorite games like tic-tac-toe, Snake, Tetris, etc., and recreate them differently using their creativity and imagination in Python. In the middle level, our technology students are learning computer science, engineering, and green architecture. Through our partnership with Project Lead the Way, these students created simulated social media accounts to model best practices for safe and responsible online interactions. Key topics discussed throughout this project also included cyberbullying, password safety, mindfulness, and the significance of their digital footprint. In addition, our 8th graders learned to create simulations to integrate real-world applications using microbits. They've successfully created their own safety devices, integrating the microbit electronics in combination with different sensors and LEDs, all programmed with MakeCode. In instructional technology, Mr. Agostini has been working tirelessly at Roosevelt and Vernon to help teachers integrate more instructional technology into the classroom to make learning more fun and engaging. He has become a staple in the classroom, and students are so excited to see what new technology he has come to show them. Mr. Agostini has integrated technology into all of the grade level academic celebrations, such as helping students create interactive projects for the 4th grade Revolution celebration at Vernon, and working with the 1st graders to create literacy iMovies, helping students focus on reading fluency and voice, all while celebrating on the red carpet. In the high school, Mr. Donahue has taken on a new role and immediately begun integrating technology and AI into various classrooms. He collaborated with Mr. Soper to show middle-level students how to make travel journals in Canva for Lewis and Clark. And he teamed up with Ms. Batsford to engage students with an AI-driven conversation with Confucius, just to name a few. The new student-run Genius Bar in the new Library Innovation Lab has given students the opportunity to learn more about Chromebook maintenance and repair. The district's network technicians have been able to show these students a few simple repairs so they can better help their peers with troubleshooting. Students are eager to help and excited to learn more. In communication, this past year, we rolled out our new communication platform of ParentSquare. The introduction of this software has made communication between schools and families easier than ever. ParentSquare is a powerful communication platform that enables teachers and administrators to easily connect and engage with parents through a variety of channels, such as messaging, newsletters, and event invitations. With its user-friendly interface and comprehensive features, ParentSquare has helped to keep families informed about their child's progress and enhance their involvement in their child's education. We are in the works to launch Stop Finder app next year. This app will allow families to track their child's bus and get notifications from the district's transportation department. They will provide enhanced notifications regarding bus alerts and real-time updates. We are excited for this new app to help continue to emphasize and improve communication between the district and families. I am so proud of all of the work that the team has done this past year, and I look forward to seeing all of the things that are in store for next year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Does the board have any questions?
Thank you for the presentation, incredible. Just curiosity, why do we have iPads for Teddy Roosevelt and then switch to Chromebooks? Is there a big learning curve? Is one
The
easier
iPads
for
are a
you?
lot easier for the younger students to navigate. They don't have the typing skills. They're still learning to read and learning to decode, and asking them to type is kind of taking them to the next level. So the iPads give them an easier interaction with the technology. When they get into third grade is when they start learning that skill of typing. When we were in third grade, we learned to write in cursive. Now they learn to type instead.
Great, thank you.
You got it.
Anybody else? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Great job. At this point, I'd like to invite to the podium Ms. Reno for the last budget presentation. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank her and our team for the great work done during this budget season. And Ms. Reno will also give a quick glance at some of the areas that we have completed. Ms. Reno?
Great, thank you so much. This evening, we are holding the public hearing for the 2024-2025 school budget. Throughout the 24-25 budget season, our mission has always been to support the students of the Oyster Bay East Norwich School District by providing a high-quality academic, athletic, and arts programs while investing in our facility improvements and remaining fiscally responsible to our community members. We have remained focused on staying within the allowable tax levy cap, strategically realigning resources, and continuing to maintain and improve the facilities, all while remaining fiscally responsible. Tonight's hearing will include an overview of the entire budget, which was adopted on April 16th, as well as information about the proposed capital reserve projects and details regarding that budget vote on May 21st. Throughout the budget process, it's also important to reflect and celebrate our many points of pride, many of which you, or I should say a select few of which you see here, including the expansion of our National Junior Art Honor Society, our strong athletic participation, and the top colleges and universities that we've seen this time of year coming through from our seniors. As we've been discussing, the budget process this year has been required careful attention to ensure we have a balanced budget. Several factors have gone into this, especially seeing an increase in expenditures due to a CPI of over 6%, increased benefit costs, insurance costs, and an allowable tax levy growth factor capping the amount of taxes we were able to propose. The summary of the adopted 24-25 budget is as follows. You can see on the left side, our revenue is comprised mostly of our tax levy of approximately $58 million, other revenues of approximately $7.4 million, which equals the expense side of $65.6 million. Looking further into the revenue budget, the revenue is comprised of these four areas. Again, primarily our tax levy, which is why it's important we stay within our allowable tax levy limit, our state aid, other resources, and our revenue reserves and our fund balance. Just recently, Governor Hochul did, for this year only, put back our foundation aid, which means we will receive exactly the same dollar for dollar foundation aid we received from the prior years, which allows us to then go back and look at the reserves, which we were appropriating to be more aligned with what we've done in the past few years. Here are the major categories represented in a chart. Again, it gives you the percentage of our tax levy of almost 89%, state aid of 5%, and our other revenue, interest income, facility rentals of approximately 6%. Although the rate of inflation, which is what I've referred to as CPI or Consumer Price Index, has been over 6%, it's been over 2% for the third consecutive year, although New York State Comptroller has continued to cap the allowable growth levy at 2%. For our district, that calculation is a major component for the 24-25 school year of 2.41%, which we are within that limit. And again, breaking it down to the $58 million from that tax levy within that cap and the other revenue of 7.4. This is the final budget, which is going to be on the ballot on May 21st. Looking at the expense side of the budget, the two major categories are our salary and benefits and our contractual expenses. In further detail, this chart shows the expenditure budget. From the top two lines you see here, salaries and wages, along with employee benefits, health insurance, TRS, ERS, as well as disability, are the two largest components. As I've stated throughout the budget process, this year costs have continued to increase significantly. Increases of 10% or higher recently, and a 10-year average of just over 5%. We've seen increases. The components of the expense budget you see here highlighted on red. On the right side are expenses that district has more control over. Our BOCES budget, our equipment, our supplies, facilities budget. You can see on this chart here that resources from these areas have been reallocated to support the best needs of our students, maintaining our staff and our programs. This chart shows those numbers into pie chart, again, showing the salaries, wages, and benefits, the blue and red being the most percentage, with transportation not far behind of about $4.5 million of the budget. In balancing these two, this is the proposed budget from looking at the current year's budget of 23-24 is about 1.1, just over $1.1 million increase to the adopted budget of $65.6 million. Year after year, the capital reserve allows the district to support long-term facility projects, technology planning, while strengthening the multi-year financial plan. Here, we're going to see a look back at the capital and technology reserve, seeing that we've continued to fund and use the reserve each year to complete these projects while maintaining a healthy reserve for unexpected capital projects. This year, proposed reserve is consistent with the multi-year. Specifically looking at some of the projects, we're continuing renovations and improvements to all of our buildings and grounds, in addition to supporting the current 21st century capital improvement projects. This year at the high school, we are proposing new flooring, ceiling and wall plaster renovations. Excuse me. At Vernon, we need to replace the main central fan or the fresh air unit that pushes the air throughout the building, as well as some minor gymnasium renovations. And at Theodore Roosevelt, there's concrete replacement in need, as well as some exterior lighting and some additional security locks that are needed. In looking at the technology projects, as Ms. Gibbons just talked about, one of the main multi-year projects that we look at from the technology reserve are our student devices, the iPads at TR, the Chromebooks that they do get in 3rd grade, and then a replacement of the Chromebooks as they move into 8th grade that take them right through their senior year. Additionally, there needs to be a multi-year plan of replacing staff devices, staff laptops, as well as the interactive boards that every classroom is equipped with. As in each budget presentation, I just want to remind everybody that this information is not only presented on the board agenda on board docs, it's also on the district's website under the budget information. This as well back to all the presentations back to January are there as well. But this chart does show a historical about the budget to budget levy increases, which we are very proud to say that although in the past 3 years, like I said, we've had a CPI of over 2%, we've been able to maintain a tax levy within the cap, even with the CPI being extremely high. So putting it all together, looking at the 3 ballot propositions that you will see on the ballot May 21st, Proposition 1 is that school district budget that I just described of $65.6 million. The Proposition 2 is the technology capital reserve projects just discussed at about exactly $415,000. Proposition 3 are the capital projects of $440,000. The timeline has been consistent. The budget vote, believe it or not, is right around the corner, 2 weeks away, May 21st, same as prior years, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the Oyster Bay High School chorus room. The district clerk information is here, also posted to the website. Just remember the last day to register to vote is May 16th. And here is the overall timeline, and we are right down to, like I said, the last 2 weeks of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maureen. Does anybody have any questions from the board? Thank you very much. Oh, one more? Yeah. This is a good one?
This is a good one. This one has no numbers, I promise. It's all pictures. A few numbers. All right. So I'm very happy to say we are continuing to be on time and under budget for the capital bond project that we've been working on since December 2021. It is amazing to see over the past couple of years now how we've been moving from the left side to the right side of the schedule, and to be able to still say we are on schedule and under budget. I am very proud of all the work the team has done, not only from facilities to the business office to make this happen. So starting at the high school, the amount of work that went in between phase 1 and the beginning of phase 2 at the high school was truly unbelievable. And to look at the overview picture here really brings it all together. This picture was taken just recently, which you can see on the far left corner, the turf field, which was installed. You see the terrazza steps out in the front, which we see filled with students every afternoon, the new entrance of the home of the Bayman, the Oyster Bay High School, as well as a sneak peek of what you're going to see inside for this Friday's ribbon cutting ceremony. So starting with the terrazza, Quick glance at what it looked before. Again, one of the concerns, as Dr. Yanni presented this last year, is the students not having a place to sit and gather at the end of the day while they're waiting for pickups, while they're waiting for their sports, their after-school activities. Now we have moved forward and created this area on that hill for students to actually have a place to stay. This is a view from the music wing looking over. And again, you can see those steps are nice, clean turf, stays very, very nice throughout the winter as well. Looking at the main entrance, believe it or not, this is what it looked like a year ago. And you can now see as we move forward to really have a grand entrance to welcome the students, the visitors, and really take pride in our building here. You can see the home of the Bayman over the gymnasium to the left and the Oyster Bay High School over what we now use as our main entrance. You can also see the details in this as we discussed in the planning. They brought the historical components of the front of the building around to the side to really honor that tradition of that main entrance from the front to now around to the side here. Looking inside to the Innovation Lab, the space behind the library. Again, a quick glance of what it looked like before. Book room, storage room, conference room, now going through the construction that was all renovated, redone, and now this is the view from the library. Looking into the Innovation Lab, you can see the glass doors really allow it to be part of the library space. As you walk in, we see the glass folding doors opening and closing based on the needs of the students, flexible seating depending on what's going on. And again, you will be able to actually tour all these spaces this Friday, May 10th at 5 p.m. if you come to our ribbon cutting ceremony and actually get to walk through these spaces as well. And even though these look like renderings, these are the actual pictures of what we see in the space right now. Those are with the glass panels closed. So again, there's two separate groups that can be meeting at the same time with having their own spaces. This is the back of that Innovation Lab, which has the robotic space. If you can see behind the chairs there, you see the large doors that roll up. So the larger robotics can actually roll right through to almost like an appliance garage and be able to get locked overnight, but still have a large enough space that they don't have to be moved at the end of the evening. That's a picture of the Genius Bar that Ms. Gibbons just talked about, where our students really get a hands-on experience in the technology. Moving upstairs to our broadcasting studio, here are the renderings of what it was supposed to look like. Going through major construction of a 1929 building, we ended up maintaining some of the old historic wood and ending up with a beautiful broadcasting studio that you see here that's truly an industry standard opportunity for our students, whether it's on camera, behind camera, you see here, looking back into the control room, working in the control room. It allows an opportunity for every student, no matter what their interests are in this field. Further down that same hallway, we have the collaboration space, again, multi-use space where I know Mr. Geiger was in there with bringing the math and the physical education together and really allowing collaboration between departments to work on projects, as Dr. Yanni just spoke in his tenure report. So this allows that flexible area. That whiteboard in the back is a complete writable wall for our students as they work together. And again, that's the glass door that closes off if they do need two separate spaces or open if they work on it together. Working our way over to Vernon, which is still in construction, but on time to open in September. This is the rendering where you can see the music wing on the left, the cafeteria to the right side here. That is the space of the cafeteria, which is extending from the green area over to the left is the blue area. This is the rendering of what it will look like. Hopefully this time next year, you'll see actual pictures of probably better what this rendering actually looks like. Here you can see some of the construction we've gone through and an aerial shot here of what that extension actually looks like now. Looking at the music wing, this is right after our playground and basketball courts were relocated to the back, the foundation going in, and now this is what we're looking at. You can see the kind of curvature of the front of the building to allow for the best sound for our students in the band, orchestra, and chorus programs. This is the back of it. Again, part of the bond project was to relocate the playground to a safer space behind the building away from the Route 106, allowing the basketball courts in there. You can still see they're just actually working this week, trying to get the final grading set up, seating, and the lines on the basketball courts. Hopefully that will be in within a few weeks. Finally, last but not least, you see Roosevelt here with the yellow dot at the bottom, where the playground and the building had this grassy area between it, now has an opportunity to provide better instructional spaces for our students. This rendering really shows that it's similar to the way the kindergarten entrance looks on the other side of the building, modeling that same brick look that we have over there. These are some pictures throughout the construction. You can see these are the helical piles because of the location to the water. We really had to make sure the right support was there for this building. So as we go to now, here you can see they're continuing the brickwork. You see the scaffolding all around that picture. But again, it is on time to have new classroom space, small group instruction space, office space to make sure that our students have the best opportunities at TR. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maureen. Let's see. Let's move on to approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes as listed and attached below? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're moving now on to the public participation for agenda items. Opportunity for the public to be heard. In accordance with the open meeting law, school board meetings where school district business will be discussed are open to the public. The Oyster Bay East Norwich Board of Education welcomes public comment at its meetings. The Board of Education will respond to comments and/or inquiries in the appropriate manner. This portion of the meeting is designed exclusively for agenda items. A sign-in book is provided for those residents wishing to address the board. In order to be recognized, you must be signed in. Each speaker will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes. The board president will call you to the microphone in the order in which you have signed in. Public discussion is prohibited regarding matters relating to an individual's reputation, privacy, or right to due process, which in some way could be violated. A second commentary period is provided for non-agenda items prior to adjournment. We thank you for your participation and cooperation. Mr. Mark Nadone?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Can you take a moment and discuss how you work on driving efficiencies and operational excellence on the administrative side as opposed to the classroom side? I mean, it's $65 million. It's a pretty big nut. And talk a little bit about maybe opportunities that they have from an efficiency standpoint, collaborating with other school districts possibly, or do something like that.
In terms of, correct me if I'm not answering your question. In terms of efficiency, we have looked at the administrative team and we have created different positions. We have combined different positions over the last couple of years that I've been here. The last combination that we did was the creation of a director of humanities, which was a combination of 2 supervisors at the business office. We had the assistant superintendent for business combined with the deputy superintendent, which Ms. Raynor is doing it. 2 years ago, we went with one position that it was absorbed by the executive director for curriculum, was a supervisor position. It is, we're trying to be as creative as possible within the restrictions that we have. In terms of combining with other districts, we don't really have that going on. We use BOSI's to outsource anything. So, for example, the director of technology has an entire team that is hired from the BOSI's, which is a regional group that we use. And in terms of work within our district, we combine a lot of things. So, for example, this is probably one of the few districts that doesn't have a director of facilities. And we have several schools, but we have several grounds. And what we do, combine together, myself and the deputy superintendent, we act as the director of facilities, ground and facilities. When you look at some of the work that we have done over the years, even in terms of the hiring of new staff, we've been very creative in terms of the administrative team and keep an eye on what the students need. So trying to put the resource for students, programs, and initiatives. I hope I answer your question.
Thank you. Let's move on to approval of instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to non-instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the non-instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to approval of business items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the business items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of special services resolutions. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the special services resolutions as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of new business resolutions. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the new business resolutions as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion? Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to public participation for non-agenda items. Has anybody signed in? No. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. I'd like to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Good night.